Hello everyone. Today we are going to paint this flower. I'm going to guide you step by step on how to paint this flower with watercolor. I already have the sketch of the flower ready that I already made before with watercolor pencil. I also have this flower sketch ready on my website for you to download for free, and you can trace it with watercolor pencil or print them out directly to watercolor paper. I am going to show you the 3 watercolor paints that I'm using: rose, olive green, and Naples yellow. They are all from the same brand. I have used exactly the 3 colors before, and they are already dried up on my ceramic plate, so today we are going to reuse them. I'm using 2 types of paint brushes for this painting. One is the professional grade round brush size 0 from Plana Bright, and the other one is student grade from Staedtler number 8. You will see how I use these 2 types of paint brushes together. We'll also need a paper towel and a cup of water. First, we are going to reactivate the paint on the palette that's already dried up. You just put some water on it and then start mixing the paints again. As the paint is already softened up, I think the paint is too orange, so I'm going to add a little bit more of rose color and just blend them together. Painting watercolors comes in layers. On the first layers, we don't use that much paint, so just faded color, meaning we're using lots of water with just a little bit of paint. So I'm applying the first layer on a one whole flower petal, and then using a different brush, I'm taking more paint and add it to the bottom of the flower. And then with a clean brush, or meaning just brush with a little bit of water, you smudge the color and make gradation. As I'm waiting for that part to dry up, I'm going to move on to another flower and repeat the same process. Use one brush to put faded paint, and then use the other brush to add more color to it, and then just blend to make gradation. Now I'm going to repeat the same step on a different flower petal with a zoom out view, so you can see how I work the brushes, the paint, and the water. I keep the paper towel handy just in case I'm using too much water or too much paint on the brush. I just quickly tap on the brush to dry it up a little bit. This is how the first layers look like when it's fully dry. On the part of the petals that is folded, I'm going to use brighter color or just faded paint, because there where the light touches the flower. And then I'm going to use Naples yellow to color the center part of the flower. After the paints are fully dry on the flower petals, we move on to the next layer. Using the denser color paint, you decide where or which part of the flower that are going to be darker. These are basically where the shadows are going to be, so the colors are going to be darker. And then after that, you can soften the paints again with a clean brush. By this stage, you probably already understand how I'm using these 2 brushes together. While I'm waiting that part to be fully dry, I move on to the center part of the flower again. You basically just make small brush strokes repeatedly, following the sketch to add texture to the center part of the flower. And then the last touch of the flower petals, you're just using the tip of the brush, which the professional grade brush is actually really good for this. The brush can make really thin lines. It's very good to add details on the flower. Sometimes I like to add lines on the outer part of the flower on some of the part to just add contrast. And if you feel the contrasts are too much, you can still soften the color with the other brush. This will also help the painting to look more realistic. And then after that, you are going to add faded color paints on the center part of the flower. That will cover the gap or the white parts that we left out before. Now I'm going to use the green color to paint the stem of the flower. This step is a little bit opposite of what I did before. This is just for you to try out and to see what's the difference. First, I'm going to paint quickly the outline of the stem with the dense paint, and then quickly add faded color paints to fill it in while the outline is still wet. And then I just quickly add more paints to the some part of the stem that are going to look darker. This is just a quick way to paint the stem without spending too much time to wait for the paint to dry, and it will just be one layer. So that is it for today. One flower is done. If you want to see the final result of this flower painting, I might upload the finished version on my Instagram, Keisha Art. If you haven't heard about me before, my name is Keisha. I'm a watercolor artist from Australia. If you find this video useful, I would appreciate if you go to my channel and subscribe or watch more videos. It will definitely give me the support that I need to make more of these painting tutorials for you. As my thank you, I have uploaded many flower sketches for you to download for free on my website. You can download as many as you want, and they are completely for free. Let me know in the comments below what's the next flower tutorial you would like to see. Thank you for watching my video, and I hope to see you on the next one.